Hello, welcome to episode 7, A Music Influence During the Roaring Twenties. In this episode, we'll be talking about Making Whoopee by Eddie Contour in 1928. The instrumentation for Making Whoopee is strings, tuba, chimes, vocals, clarinet, piano, and a mix of brass instruments. A small ensemble intro before the vocals come in, plays Here Comes the Bride, giving the imagery of a wedding. Voices come in with piano and clarinet or violin backing his notes. Instruments in the very end of the piece, it ends with an instrumentation versus with no lyrics on top of it. The piece is homophonic for the first 8 measures, then is polyphonic with the same general movement in different parts, but still holding many different notes and other instruments joining and playing different rhythms altogether. The overall dynamic level is consistent with slightly louder than talking volume. The clarinet part is repetitive and changing between chords, but follows the same rhythm. In the first, third, fifth, and seventh measure, the D on beat the D on beat 3 is a lower neighboring tone. Measure 13, the beat 4 is an escape tone, as beat 4 is an A, then a step down to G, and then a leap up to the following D. The harmony varies in changing scales. The piece is marked as G major, but also has chords that vary in the key. The use of minor chords is also added in this piece to give a sadder tone to some parts of the music to go along with a more serious tone in the vocals, such as in later sections it changes to where in the lyrics to where the vocalist will also change as well to a minor key and give it more of a serious tone versus just vocal singing all out. The use of the use of minor chords is also added in the piece to give a sadder tone to some parts of the music to go along with a more serious tone in other parts. Accents are used throughout the piece. The piece is mostly major, but with a few spots having minor chords. The melody uses a mix of conjunct and disjunct motion. The vocalist is singing in a range expecting a soprano with a few lower notes. Melody doesn't make any sudden changes in direction and uses an arch shape in most of the melody. Melody is mostly major with a few spots minor and a couple of measures set minor to give a more serious tone to the music. The piece is done in common time, giving it a 4 beats a measure. The tempo is marked as moderato, meaning it has about a medium tempo. The bass piano part outlines the beat, as it mostly on beats 1 and 3, with a few exceptions, such as in measure 31 and 35. Each part holds some rhythmic independency from each other. Phrase length is generally between 2 and 4 measures long. Phrases do repeat, such as measure 3 through 8 repeats the same rhythm. A repeat is on measure 47, nearing the end, to repeat back up to measure 16. Making Whoopee was originally written in the 1920s and was used in the 1928 musical Whoopee. The musical is set in California and the Wild West. The song was used in a Western saloon performance scene. At the end of the piece, the lyrics tell of a man talking with a judge, probably about divorce, in which he is told it's better just to be with her because the price the judge is making him pay to her to divorce. The wife thinks the husband might be cheating because making whoopee was used by younger folks during the 1920s and held many reasons, such as going to make some fun and also referring to having sex. Tell men, and the song also pretty much its basic is over. It's telling men how marriage is a trap, such as it uses the how the what's it called? Here comes the bride at the beginning to give the imagery of marriage, telling of all the tasks with the first round of the repeat. It pretty much goes over tasks such as talks about washing dishes and baby clothes. So pretty much making it seem like being in a marriage isn't worth it. And then it also tells with the end that hey, it's cheaper to be stuck in it than leave it, even though you want to leave it. So if you're not going to stick to it, marriage is more of a trap in Edgar Cantor's mind in this piece.